Hi there, my name's Jane Anderson. I've spent the last 20 plus years working with people to help them to communicate their value. So whether it's been within large organisations, I've run the training departments for large organisations, I've worked in small business, I've also worked in government, I've been a HR advisor in government. So I've really worked across the remit of sales, marketing, communications and human resources, leadership development, all that sort of stuff for a really long time. I've had my practice for the last 10 years and I've worked with people who are typically experts in their field, or what I would call change makers. People who are committed to really seeing a better future for everybody in their area of expertise. So leadership consultants, resilience experts, speakers, coaches, whether it's in ergonomics, whether it's things like disruption, change, and that's been people from across the globe. So people from large organisations like like Ford and Virgin Australia and Rio Tinto. I've worked with some within organisations, and then experts in their field who are out in their own practices. So I'm essentially a strategic communications expert. And so what that means is that I help people to create greater influence, to create change. So, and that's whether it's through documentation, so whether it's like websites or whether it's like blogs, content creation, branding. We've done things like LinkedIn strategy, LinkedIn profiles, social media strategy, social media content, all that sort of stuff. And it might be videos or intranet communications. It doesn't really matter what it is. Usually if it's anything to do with communications, whether it's internal or external, or even building a high-performing team and improving communications in a team to get things moving faster and putting systems in place, then I kind of play that game. So my obsession is really helping people and change makers who want to make a difference to this planet to really elevate their positioning, elevate their message, elevate their brand, elevate their marketing, elevate their communications, elevate their sales and revenue. And a big part of that is being able to elevate the community that they're in, elevating the tribe and the people that they hang out with. So what makes me a bit different is I'm a certified speaker. About 7% of speakers globally have the certification. I typically speak at conferences most weeks. I've written 7 books on the subject, from LinkedIn, personal branding, building trust in a brand, things like content creation, and my own unique expert to influencer methodology, where we have practitioners who are implementing the methodology, whether they're marketing consultants, virtual assistants or business managers who work with experts in their field. So I say I'm a little bit like a can opener and a translator. So what I do is my real focus is helping people to articulate their value, to be able to get connected with other people who can do that, but really get all this great stuff to come out of you and for you to have the confidence to do that. I'm also a bit of a translator in that people often come to me and they say, this is what I want to say, or this is what I'm trying to sell, but I just feel like they don't understand what I'm trying to say. So I sort of act as if I'm the client, and so I'm helping you to really craft the message so that people understand the exact value that you bring, so they can understand how to buy you and you grow your practice. So for example, I was recently working with a lady called Sarah, and her challenge was she was really struggling with her confidence. She knew she needed to improve her communications. She already had some coaching programs in place, but she just wasn't growing. And in fact, one of the things that she did was she actually shut down a program that was doing really well, and because she thought something was wrong with it. She was working really hard and she didn't realize that there was actually really great value in it. She was selling a lot of it, but because she didn't have the right community and the right people around her, the right advice and support, was that she got a bit lost. And so she just didn't know how to take her practice to the next level. So what I did was I got her to come into our community. I got her to start to connect with some other people who were doing various models of different practices. She came into one of our programs, which is called Cut Through Collateral, and she started to build some of the tools that she needed to sell that, but she also started to connect with some other people who really got what she was trying to do. You know, she started to build up her confidence, and she started to realize more opportunities in her practice than she ever realized before. So I don't know if you found this, but a big part of growing your practice, there's been a lot of research around getting the right people around you. You know, Jim Rohn said you're the sum of the 5 people who you hang out with most. But my research, and based on what I've found, is that if you can get the tribe around you who understand you and who really get what you're trying to do, is that you start to build connections and friendships with people who really help support you, who you get insight from, you have better sounding boards, and suddenly you don't feel so alone. You feel like, wow, okay, so this is actually a thing that I'm trying to do, particularly if you're trying to build your practice, because otherwise there's a lot of pressure that comes with having a practice on your own. It's very lonely work. And when you're a change maker, you feel like, you know, you're trying to drive this change, but there's only one of you. Maybe you have a business manager and a support person, but the challenge is that it's a lot of pressure on your spouse or partners or whoever it might be around you. You know, if you haven't got a solid network and community around you, you go into self-doubt, you go into, I don't know if this is right, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, and it can take over for you. And, you know, maybe you have your partner saying, can we talk about something other than work? It becomes very stressful. And so what you want to do is get the right people around you so that you can grow your practice and have the courage and confidence to take those leaps that you've got to do, because you're seeing evidence of it around you. You've got other people who are doing it, and you're like, well, you know, Bruce has done it. Bruce did that the other day. Maybe I could do that. Oh, I really like what he's kind of done there. That's cool. Hey, Bruce, can you tell me how you did that? So a big part of leading change is you got to get the right people around you. And I think a big part of that is working out where they are, and that it's not necessarily just about getting around like-minded people. It's around the diversity of people, but who have the same values as you. The commitment to creating change, to seeing things better, to be able to improve the planet, to be able to help more clients, to be able to help the people you really want to help with, and for you to step right into your power, for you to be able to be the best version of you and to live with no regrets. That you wake up tomorrow and you go, you know what, I'm hand on heart, I'm doing the best I can, and I'm not going to die wondering. This is the work that you have been put on this planet to do, and it's time to step up. So, and I think if we can do that, we all get to do the work that we want to do, we get to help the people we want to help, and you get to make the change that you have been put on this planet to make. So regardless of whether you're business to business selling, or whether you're business to consumer selling in your area of expertise, or maybe you're even a leader within an organization and what I would call, you know, maybe a bit of an entrepreneur. Maybe this is something that you love to do within your organization. Then make sure you look below. You'll see that what I've done is I've put together various levels of the Changemakers Tribe. This Changemakers Tribe is a community with varying levels, so that you can really choose which level is the right one for you. So I've put together some options so that if you just want to be in the community virtually, so you want to be in our Facebook group and you want to really soak up and be able to ask questions and things like that, that's totally fine. We've got that there. If you need a bit of help, then I've put together some programs where you need a little bit more help. It might be through collaterals or maybe marketing documents and things like that. Or I've also put together programs where we have people who are working towards the $1 million mark. And if that's the group you want to be in, and that's the group that you're getting closer, if you're around 500K plus, if you're in that space, then that's where I can really work with you and really help you to elevate your practice to the next level. But it doesn't really matter. There's no judgment of where your revenue is at or what you want to do. Just choose the level that is right for you based on where you're at. And if you're not sure, then my suggestion is that we have a chat and we work through what would be best to help you to get the result that you're trying to achieve. So make sure you reach out, let's jump on a call, love to have a talk to you and see what you're trying to do and if this might be the thing that is missing for you. So I look forward to hearing from you very soon. Bye for now.